Manga-Waido.
My name is Yuya Hanakawa. I work in Maruman, a medium-sized supermarket in a local city. I was a bit of a rebel in junior high school, so I joined a bad crowd and never went to school properly. I couldn't study at all, so I didn't even take the high school entrance exam. I've been wandering about for a while with no goals. But I saw one of the guys in the group go to jail for dabbling in drugs, and suddenly felt a sense of urgency for my future. I left the group, dyed my blonde hair black, and decided to get serious. That's when I joined Maruman as a part-timer. I continued to work part-time for a while, where I was taken care of by the manager, chief, and staff at the time, and gradually came to realize the happiness of a normal life. At the time, my manager, "Shouldn't you at least get a high school diploma?" told me. I felt the same, so I bought myself a reference book, studied little by little, and passed the high school equivalency examination at the age of 16. The manager at the time recognized this and hired me as a full-time employee at the age of 20. After about 10 years of working, I was finally appointed chief of the produce department. I felt like I was finally back on my feet. My life had been going reasonably well, with its ups and downs, but just recently, my workplace became somewhat troublesome because of this guy. I studied marketing theory in university. I'm gonna put that knowledge to good use here and make this place #1 in the region. By the way, the president of this company is my uncle, so please keep that in mind. It was Onodera, the new assistant manager, a relative of the president, an elite with a college degree, and a very confident man who seems to have a lot of pride. I have a bad feeling about this, and things didn't stop there. As expected, Onodera-san. You're a reliable assistant manager. Manager Tanako is actively raising Onodera's profile. Manager, what's gotten into you? But apparently, Onodera thought he was in a higher position than the manager. Manager, I'm gonna have to ask you to manage this order form in data format. I don't like paper. As expected, Onodera-san. You have a different way of seeing things. The current manager had been described as a person without a core, but in no time at all, he'd become Onodera's lackey. Well, as long as he stays out of the way during work. I was taking it easy like that. After all, experience is everything in the workplace. Including my part-time days, I've built good relationships with the employees in the produce department and the customers in the community. Sales were growing steadily as well. Hey, Anchan! How much for a banana today? Oh, Mizutani-san! Thank you for everything. We have a special sale today. This man is Mizutani-san, a regular customer. He used to be a bit of a complainer. And at first, everyone had a hard time with him. Hey! The apples I bought yesterday were awful! Tasteless and plain is the exact way to describe it! How could you? I'm sorry, sir. Please, take one of the apples that came in today if you'd like. Could you try it out? No. Can I? Yes, it's an apology. I've tasted this one myself, so I can guarantee the taste. If you're satisfied, please come buy some next time. I see. Well, let's give it a try. Thank you very much. It all started like this, but as I continued to communicate with him politely, Mizutani-san gradually softened his attitude, and eventually came to like the whole store. He is now one of our good regular customers. Then, one day, "Hey, Hanakawa! The produce department has a large sales floor, but sales are nothing compared to the meat and fish departments! What's going on?" Onodera suddenly started giving me a complaint. The produce department has a very large variety of products. In addition, the unit price is not high to begin with, so the profit margin was certainly thin. However, produce is one of our most important selling points, and the store's strategy was to attract customers here for them to circulate and buy high-margin products. He's an economics graduate. How can he not understand that? I understand what you're saying, but there are many customers who come into the store just for this place. Sales have been steadily increasing too. Please, compare it to 3 years ago. I don't like excuses. I heard you only graduated from junior high school? I guess your ability is only as good as your education. A junior high graduate worker is nothing more than a wage thief at the bottom of the pile. That's what I call a gut-wrenching experience. But there's no point in fighting with this guy. I just said I'll make further efforts and backed off. But Onodera must have taken notice of me from this one incident and started nagging the produce department at every turn since then. Look at this dull display! Customers won't be inclined to buy from us with a sales floor like this! Assistant manager, with all due respect, every single one of these displays here have their own meaning. We've tried to innovate and create a unique visual experience for our customers, so even the most profitable items will catch their attention. How can you call this an innovation? There's no impact! Customers are more interested in the familiarity and the ease of shopping than impact. I studied customer psychology in college. Do you know customer psychology? Huh? Your junior high school graduates can't be saved. I certainly didn't study psychology. But I also don't think Onodera understood the unique aspects of this community-based store either. Onodera's interventions didn't stop there. Suddenly saying something like this. Hey! Stock more high-end fruit! We need to change our image to a more glamorous supermarket. No! But, assistant manager! The customers in this area don't appreciate expensive products. You don't get it, do you? From now on, we have to move towards products with a large profit margins to survive in the world of business. You can't keep up with the common man's sensibilities. Well, I guess there's no way to understand that for a junior high school graduate like you, who doesn't know the real taste. I tried my best to persuade Onodera, but he kept escalating his demands, asking me to put dragon fruit and high-end mangoes on the shelves. Hey, Hanakawa! Where's the dragon fruit? I'm not doing anything that's not in the best interest of the store or the customers. I didn't order any. It would be a loss since we won't be able to sell them. Huh? A middle school graduate is giving me an opinion? But I've worked here for many years. I know the customers in this area better than anyone. Damn! Only people who can't do their job bring up their own experience. Well, you're a junior high school graduate, so I guess experience is the only thing you have to fall back on. Sure, I'm a junior high graduate, but I passed the high school equivalency exam. Don't be stubborn. The final education on your resume is still junior high school graduate. Onodera's right. Even if you pass the high school equivalency exam, the final education you can put on your resume is junior high school graduate. I was frustrated, but I couldn't say anything back. Still, I had worked hard on my own way. I was proud to say that I understood customers far better than this dim-witted assistant manager. Then, one day, hey, junior high grad chief, aren't you stocking up too much? Because you said, we started stocking a lot of dragon fruit and high-end mangoes. Is there a problem? You're talking back to me again? You're useless. That's enough. Just quit already. I've had enough of you middle school grads. I finally run out of patience with Onodera, who kept calling me a junior high graduate. Days later, I finally confronted him with that thing. Here, take this. Please. Huh? A resignation letter? I'm resigning. Thank you for everything. Okay. Well, for a junior high school graduate, I'd appreciate it if you'd quit. Now let's hire a college graduate who knows the business. Ah, that was right on time, Onodera-san. I was beyond angry and quickly left the office. I reported this to the produce department. What? And I want to quit too. I can't imagine working without you, Hanakawa-san.
I think I should quit too. Last time, the assistant manager said he's going to lower the hourly wage of the part-timers because of the poor sales in the fruit and vegetable department.
Oh, right. We managed to get by because the chief was here, but without you, it's impossible.
I felt my heart warming up to know that everyone trusted me so much. Afterwards, everyone at work held a big farewell party. Some of them even cried, which made me cry as well. One day, a week after the warm farewell party, I was having a relaxing day after a long time and a while, when I got a phone call from that guy. Hey! The employees in the fruit and vegetable department are quitting one after another! What's going on? It was Onodera. Huh, I see. Thanks to you, the manager and I are working overtime every day! Hey, how many kilos of carrots and potatoes do I have to order for the weekend? I don't know, so tell me! Assistant manager, you studied business administration at university, didn't you? You should be able to make that kind of judgment on your own, right? What? What am I supposed to do with rotten bean sprouts or blackened bananas? He kept raising questions like that. And finally, my bad. Can you please come back to the store? And begged. However, I'm only a junior high school graduate, so I don't know what to do. I said to him and hung up the phone. After that, I found a new job right away. I was hired right away because I was an experienced worker at a new supermarket that had opened in the next town over. Both manager and assistant manager were sincere, and the work environment seemed to be quite good. After a while, I heard about Onodera from a former colleague at Marumon. Manager Takano, who had been pushed around by Onodera, suddenly stopped coming into work, calling in sick, and finally quit the other day. Onodera, who was suddenly put in charge of the store, didn't know his right from his left, and works overtime until the sun goes down every single day. It was around that time when Mizutani-san caused a commotion. He came to do some shopping, and he was furious when he heard that I had quit because I was bullied by the superiors. Call the manager! He yelled on the sales floor. And when Onodera came, he exploded with the temperament of an ex-complainer. Who do you think you are, getting such a nice guy to quit? Onodera turned blue and bowed his head repeatedly. About 6 months later, Onodera continued to recklessly demand the sale of high-end products, not only in the new produce department, but also in other departments, and the employees grew tired of him, which led to the store losing money. Finally, the president, who's related to Onodera by blood, gave up on him, and Onodera was transferred. I also heard that he was fired after all, because he was too lazy to do his job properly at his new workplace. I think I was a bit satisfied when I heard this. And then, I came across something pretty funny after that. Onodera? Onodera had come for an interview at the place I worked at. Manager, how did the interview go with that person? No good. He talks a good game, but his ego is too big. It would be difficult to work with someone like that. It would be difficult to work with someone like that. I see. Having one person like Hanakawa-san, who's trained in the industry, is much more effective than having 10 people like that. Thank you very much. I'll be expecting more from you in the future. Yes. I guess it depends on the person whether paying a lot of money to get into a good university ends up being a waste or not. I wasn't a good student, but this is how my customers and peers trust me now. I'm such a lucky guy. This event made me realize that deeply.